The phantom dragon at the edge of the world. At the very edge of the land of fantasies, where maps break off like a forgotten song, there lay a place called the boundary. Not because there was nothing beyond it, but because no one ever returned to tell what lay further. No trees grew there. No rivers flowed. Even time itself seemed to move cautiously, like a guest unsure whether it had been invited. And it was there that he lived. His name was Ilia, a phantom dragon. He was not woven of flesh like ordinary dragons. His body was transparent, like smoke lit by moonlight. Within him shimmered quiet lights, like stars that had lost their way home. When he moved, the air did not part, it was as if he merely reminded it that he had once been air himself. Ilia did not remember where he came from. He remembered only one thing. He was waiting. But for what, he did not know. The grain of sand that spoke. One day, when the silence had grown thick as honey, Ilia heard a voice. "You have stood still for too long," it said. The dragon turned his head. On the ground, at the very edge of the precipice, lay a tiny grain of sand glowing with a soft golden light. "You, speak?" Ilia asked. "Everything speaks," replied the grain. "Not everything is heard." "Who are you?" "I am a fragment of stories. I fall where paths end, and questions begin." Ilia leaned closer. Inside the grain flickered scenes, cities, people, winds, laughter, fear, wonders. "Why are you here?" "Because you are here," it answered simply. "And because you have forgotten why you exist." The words did not wound him. But they struck as if straight into the center of his glowing heart. A path that did not exist. "If I have forgotten, how do I remember?" the dragon asked quietly. The grain of sand glimmered faintly. "You must walk." "Where?" "To where not only maps end, but fear as well." And then something strange happened. Before Ilia, right above the void, a path appeared. It was not made of stone or light, it was made of possibilities. Each step created it. Ilia took his first step. And did not fall. The City of Unfulfilled Dreams. The first place the path led him to was a city. It was vast, its towers rose into the sky, yet their tops dissolved as though they had never been finished. The streets were empty, but the air was filled with voices. "Where is everyone?" Ilia asked. "No one lives here," the grain replied. "Here live the dreams that were abandoned." And suddenly, he saw them. Translucent figures, not like him, but more fragile. They tried to become something, artists, travelers, heroes. But each time, they dissolved before reaching the end. One of them approached the dragon. "Are you complete?" it asked. Ilia fell silent. "I don't know." "Then do not stay," whispered the dream. "All who remain here stopped too soon." Ilia understood. And moved on. The forest that remembered. Next came a forest. But the trees there were strange, their leaves whispered names. Every tree remembered someone. "This is the forest of memory," said the grain. "Everything that has been forgotten lives here." Ilia walked among the trees, and suddenly one of them shone brighter than the rest. He touched it. And saw. He had not always been a phantom. Once, he had been a dragon of flesh and fire. He had flown overseas, protected cities, befriended humans. And one day, he vanished. "You sacrificed yourself," the grain said softly. "To seal a rift at the edge of the world. And became this." "Not exactly. You became the memory of yourself. But memory is not the end. Alia was silent for a long time. For the first time, he felt weight. But with it, purpose. The edge that was not an end. He returned to the boundary. But now it looked different. It was no longer emptiness. It was a beginning. You remember, said the grain. Yes. And what will you do? Alia looked ahead. I will be a guardian of the boundary. But not one who closes the path, rather one who helps others find it. He spread his wings. And for the first time in ages, his body grew brighter. Almost solid. Almost real. Are you leaving? He asked the grain. No, it replied. I am simply becoming something else. And it scattered, turning into hundreds of tiny lights that drifted across the world. Epilogue, the whisper of the wind. Since then, it is said. If you reach the edge of the land of fantasies. If you are not afraid of the void. If you take a step where there is no path. You will see a dragon. He will be transparent, like a dream. But his eyes will shine like dawn. And he will ask. Where do you wish to go? And if you answer honestly, he will show you the way. Because now, he remembers. Alia, the phantom dragon, no longer waits. He leads.